So officially, welcome everyone to Game 1 and a best of 7 between the Viper and Liereyy. I'm not going to turn Team Killers on right now. If green and yellow becomes a problem, then I'll change it. But I know Liereyy and Viper really like these colors. This is a best of 7 for what is now at $250 some between these two. We have a bunch of different maps displayed, and they all picked their civilizations. If you're watching this on YouTube, I don't know what my upload schedule is right now, but it's possible of all 7 games going up, or I'll just have one video for the whole series. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Viper is in the yellow. He's playing as the Khmer, so that's probably the worst civilization that was picked between all the players. And Viper is using Khmer in Game 1, and I'm kind of surprised to see Liereyy using Berbers, but Berbers is a fine civilization versus Khmer. The way this show match is set up is we'll have a variety of different maps displayed and featured. Sorry, words are hard right now. I'm not awake yet. But so Game 1 is ECL Arabia, and then in Game 4 we will have another Arabia, and Game 4 will be the King of the Desert Arabia. So the maps are slightly different. ECL Arabia has a bit more hills, and it's definitely more open. Liereyy ran into Viper's TC there and actually didn't take the sheep, so it looks like they're playing nice. But anyways, map-wise, I like Lierey's base a bit more. I think it's slightly more compact. And if he secures this hill, this will be a pretty solid base for him. Backstone is slightly bugged, but he can still collect it. 3 awesome woodline options for him. And he's building a barracks really early. He might be going for that Drush build that Lierey's so used to doing. Liereyy likes to go for Drush into fast feudal. He's one of the few players who does it consistently. I remember there was a time where Viper and Liereyy were doing it all the time. They didn't do it that much in Hidden Cup 2. I think Liereyy did it once when he was Celts. Oh, Viper! Rough start for Viper. He ran his scout directly into the TC from Liereyy, but fortunately for him, he keeps his scout alive and sees the villager was walking back with the gold, so I believe he at least expects the Drush. Okay. Yeah, this stone is not technically bugged because you can collect 3 tiles, but it's going to be a bummer. So I think Viper wanted to go for scouts. 2 lumber camps already. It looks to me like he wants to go for scouts, and Liereyy is making militia and getting a few walls up. But what Lierey's really good at is making the Drush and then going up to feudal quickly after that, so we'll see. Yep, so this is an updated version of Capture Age. It shows when units are being created at the top left. I could talk a little bit more about that. Can also click this here. Oh no, I think it's only for the team game version. I'm still working it out. But here comes Liereyy with his militia. It's kind of a weird build to go for as Berbers, to be honest. But it's a Liereyy thing to do. Oh, and Viper, you know, he's going to gold now. He wants to go for fast archers, and Liereyy is here with his Drush. A Viper, quick walls on his villagers. Wants to do so again. Lierey's blocking off that possibility. No, it's denied. And now Viper's quick wall is denied with the gold villager, and you know exactly what he wants to do. He placed that palisade foundation. He wanted to go for the fancy quick walls, and Liereyy knows it. So Liereyy got ahead of the villager. Well played, Liereyy. Killed the villager already with his Drush. Now at this point, this looks like a Drush fast castle build for Liereyy because he's not on his way to feudal age yet. And some nice early damage was done there. The Viper knew the Drush was coming, but his scout was weak. And he paid the price. And Viper wants to tempt Liereyy into the town center fire. And Liereyy would like to tempt Viper into garrisoning that TC. And now the ranges are up for Viper. So Viper, using the Khmer bonus of not having to build a barracks first, goes directly into the ranges. And Lierey's now on his way to feudal age. Nice little gate from Viper there. Again, he's trying to force all of the pressure in towards the TC fire. Not ideal to lose a villager, but I think Viper will be fine. Oh, Viper's scout is here. If Liereyy saw that, he could just wall in the scout. Wait! Yo! Viper! Viper just got walled in! His scout is trapped in here! That's amazing! That's so poor from Viper. Viper hasn't even realized yet. Viper just got walled into the stone, but I guess he was focused over here as Liereyy. would like to pick off these villagers, at Viper using the house bonus to save his vills. But I think Liereyy will be pretty happy with this situation. At least the Drush has accomplished an awful lot. As I say that, now he looks away. And he runs into the town center fire. Viper realized he's been trapped. You know, I'm never a fan of Drush Fast Castle. Liereyy is attempting this in game 1 versus Viper when Viper has freaking Khmer. He does have gold back here, but he doesn't have enough gold to go up to the next stage yet. Really weird, and he's going Blacksmith Market Fast Castle. Okay, and Liereyy wants to finish off this scout. He walls in his villager, so the scout's forced to fight and kills it. But to be completely honest with you, like, sure, Viper lost a villager, but I think Viper will be fine. He's making a lot of archers, and he'll be applying a lot of pressure to Liereyy. The fact that Liereyy has not built a stable to indicate Fast Castle Knights is a worrying sign for him. The fact that he has to market tells me he wants to sell some resources. You know what? He's on his stone. And that's something that Viper might not expect. Viper might expect that this would be something else, like the Knights. Like, I would have expected the Knights from Berbers because they're so cheap. It's probably one of the few civs that you can go Fast Castle Knights with. But the problem with the Camel Archers is you need a ton of stone, then you need time to build your castle. Meanwhile, Viper, he's flooding military. Viper will be stuck in feudal age for a while though, so he needs to expand his base a little bit. Maybe a wall at this point. Definitely prioritize farms to get your food count up. And Liereyy just wants to be a waller boy, I guess. Buy himself some time. So 3 on golds. 4 on stone. Certainly doesn't help him, the stone's positioned like that. But he scouted it and he still chose this strategy. Viper has fletching, so he'll kill the villagers pretty quickly. Unfortunately for Liereyy, his villager... Oh, it's a stone wall. Oh, wow, the micro to save the villager. I was just going to say, fortunately for him, his villagers are really quick. I don't know, I just don't like the strat. I think Lierey's strategy is just inviting pressure. Is giving Viper map control that's never good. Uh, 400 stone, sorry for Liereyy. I'm kind of surprised Viper didn't come forward to tower. Forcing some towers out of Liereyy would have been a good idea. That's normally what you'd see. Age of Gates and Siege Workshop. Wow. Yeah, so he's not expanding his eco at the start of Castle Age, just going for a Siege Workshop. This is rough for Liereyy. He hasn't lost any villagers to the archers, which is nice. But what's not nice is how defensive he's playing. But Viper still hasn't clicked up. So with 1 Mangonel, Liereyy could probably push the archers away. And then he might just have the time to get to the Camel Archers. It's a very, 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 very greedy choice from Liereyy. Viper has 500 food, 200 gold. So he's getting close to clicking up. He has a ton of military, 19 military. Liereyy has 0. Make that 1. This is Viper's point of view. Viper didn't know the Mangonel was there. Now, if he wants to, he could run in here. But I think that would be a mistake. So Viper probably needs to back up, click up to Castle Age himself, save his army. And in this amount of time, Liereyy could probably build that castle. Still, at the end of the day, Viper will have 16 military. Even if Liereyy makes a few Camel Archers, I think Viper will be fine in the early Castle Age until the Camel Archers mass and can use their mobility. Really weird opening to this game for Liereyy, but he will get the castle up. Now, Lierey's not extremely active nowadays, so the fact that he chose this strategy is even more of a surprise, because I think if you're not... Well, he plays a lot of other games like Dota, apparently, so mechanically he's probably fine. But to invite that much pressure on yourself when you're versus the Viper is risky stuff. Okay, well, a little bit time to settle down. Sorry about the headache starting this game today, chat. But thank you guys for being here. I wanted to organize the show match before I stopped streaming Saturday through Friday-ish because of my move. So hopefully these games are exciting. I'd like to see this go to 7 games. Both players are going to get a piece of the prize pool either way, regardless of who wins this today. Yeah, I'm pumped, and Liereyy is on his way to his first Camel Archer. Did he make us? Oh, 2 Mangonels, okay. I mean, if he lands a shot versus Viper right now, it will be sick. Oh! But Viper's using 1 archer to scout. He just wanted to know what Liereyy was up to. Okay, now Viper knows he's getting crossbow and bod Canero. So I think a concerning thing for Viper is that his base is very open. If he TCs here and maybe TCs here, I like it a lot more because he protects his wood lines. But it's going to be tough now that Liereyy has the mobility. Liereyy could pick off so many lumberjacks and gold miners if Viper doesn't track Lierey's army. Now Viper starts off the Castle Age with a siege workshop, most likely for his own Mangonel, and he's also created an elephant, and that elephant is just to pick off Mangonels. Liereyy has more villagers than Viper. He has 43 villagers, it's just 38 for Viper. Fascinating stuff. And Viper's going to the second TC. So the thing about Viper's economy is it is stronger at the moment because all of his farms were added after... Well, you know what? I don't think all of his farms were added after horse color, but that's an important tech that he had for some of those farms. I'm surprised that Liereyy has so comfortably gotten to the Camel Archers. It's such a risky move. Like, he gave up his main gold, his second gold, gave up his hill, and it worked out. He killed a villager with that Drush earlier, delayed Viper. Just so rare that you see players have success with that strat. Hey T90, first time on the stream, been watching on YouTube for the last couple months. Well, Owen Loveland, welcome, man. Yeah, there's that TC from Viper. I like this. So this is the big vulnerable position for him. There's a gold here, which Viper would probably want as the game goes on. This gold as well. Interesting to me that he's collecting stone. It might just be to secure that. I don't think he has a castle planned in the near future, but he's making scorpions right now, chat. Scorpions are insanely good with Khmer, but not so good against Mangonels. And Liereyy is really going all in with this. 3 Mangonels, lots of Camel Archers, getting the armor, building a university for ballistics. So Viper will take a Vil lead. And Liereyy wants a strong push back with military. If Viper can defend from this, Viper should be in a great position. The only thing that Liereyy sees is the siege workshop. Now he sees the scorpions, and he wants to micro against them, which is not so easy to do. There's 5 of them. I think this is too risky for Liereyy. He needs to back up. He lost 2 Camel Archers. And meanwhile, Viper has a crossbow patrolling here. I love that move from Viper.
Versus Liereyy. Day, night.
Now, where are Viper's crossbows? Viper's crossbows are looping around this at the moment. Yeah, the elephant is not going to get in here in time to do any damage. Just scorpions for Viper. Are you kidding me? Well, Siege Workshop's going to die here. Liereyy lost another Camel Archer, though. I think if Viper moves in with his scorpions and his crossbows, with decent micro, this can be good. Liereyy does not expect the crossbows to be coming from behind. Wow. Well, 1 of 2 Siege Workshops have been shot down. But with Khmer Scorpions, you can even micro against Mangonels. Both players taking expensive losses at the moment, guys. But Viper's losing so many Scorpions! He's killed 3 out of the 4 Mangonels. He now has 1 Scorpion remaining. Make that 0. And he, beautiful split, does kill the final Mangonel. I think Viper's okay. Remember, Viper just needed to defend from that wave. He didn't want to get overwhelmed by it. So call that 40-60, 50-50, whatever. Regardless, Viper expanded that eco more. So Viper is definitely in the lead. What is Liereyy doing? What's up with all the siege workshops in this game? He is a second siege workshop now. Still 1 TC. This is a weird game. Like, it's not necessarily bad if he cleans up Viper's military. He'll kill everything the Viper has, but it's very weird to see someone have Berbers go Drush FC and then go with 2 siege workshops and camel archers. Definitely not the norm. Definitely not the meta. But Viper, he's really going to struggle to deal with this many camel archers. Look at this. He's added another siege workshop at home so he could rely on more scorpions. But the big problem with Khmer is always going to be, what are you going to do as you transition towards Imp? It's not going to be heavy scorpion. That's not going to work in this matchup. So Viper has 20 more villagers, but Liereyy has all of the dominating military force. And still Viper's crossbows, they're not contributing anything to this fight. So it's actually a bit weird from both of them. Viper is able to get 1-for-1 with the Mangonels, but Viper went Scorpions, Liereyy went Drush FC. It's different. I think what Viper needs is a castle to secure his base, and he needs probably knights or something else other than scorpions. This is where going to stone becomes an important thing. I don't think he can comfortably castle this hill, though. Decent micro from Viper. I love the repair bills on the scorpions. Oh, also here he's picking off villagers! Liereyy wanted to send villagers forward, and Viper picked him off! Great micro from him, great awareness from Viper to realize he needed to be there. And Liereyy will send all of his camel archers back. Meanwhile, Lierey's fighting up this gigantic hill. 89 villagers for Viper and 57 for Liereyy. This is where Viper needs to place that castle. This is where Viper is placing that castle. Right on the hill he was about to lose. This is so good for Viper. And Viper's added stables, most likely to make elephants or knights. Liereyy killed his own vill. Like, the knights are gonna just mop up the Mangonels. It's such a weird strategy choice for Liereyy to go all 1 TC all in. That is just perfect for Viper. He's now safe because he has the castle up. He's killed most of the camel archers that Liereyy had. And so with a few knights, he kills the Mangonels, and that would be the game for sure. Like, if Liereyy doesn't do a lot of damage soon, it could be game over. Killed his own camel archer, that doesn't help. Oh my god. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Viper kills 4 Mangonels with 1. Oh, that hurts to see. Is it even a surprise, though? Why on earth... Again, Liereyy killed his own camel archer. Why would you make this many Mangonels? It's just asking for it. And Viper's building another defensive castle. He hasn't actually made any knights, by the way. He's got the upgrades. He hasn't made any. I think he might want to click up to the Imperial Age first. Lierey's at 60 vills. Viper is at 100. And Viper is on the way to the Imperial Age. So this is where Viper might go Cavalier. And Liereyy, he hasn't accomplished much with his push at all. He just lost a lot of gold and wood units. He didn't kill many Viper villagers. Viper was able to defend. Wasn't necessarily pretty with the scorpions, but it was enough. So at this point, Liereyy realizes he can't push here. He can't push here. So he needs to go elsewhere. And this is the wood line I talked about earlier. He just didn't find it. Finds some reward, picks off some vills. Viper's TCing this one because he realizes, or the gold because he realizes it's exposed. And Viper is making Elephantos. Oh, and he's getting tusk swords as well. So instead of going for the knight option, which is cheaper, he's going for the elephant option, which is more expensive but stronger. And tusk swords will give him extra attack. Honestly, with like 5 elephants in Castle Age, he could kill all of this. I'm pretty sure. Like, the important thing is going to be the armor. And once he gets the armor and imp, Lierey's on the way up, surprisingly, but yeah, you see what a few elephants do to this? Nice job from Liereyy to use his mangonels and go for the attack grounds, but once Viper has the imp upgrades, it'll be even more difficult. Now, the question is, can Viper afford to make more of these things? Because he definitely cannot get elite battle elephants, so they'll just be castle age elephants with the imp defense upgrade. Oh, here Viper wants to take that gold and Lierey's on it. You know, maybe the big problem with Khmer is it's expensive to get to their strong techs. So maybe if Liereyy holds on, maybe if he gets enough camel archers, maybe he will be okay. Because if he gets bracer and chemistry, it's a possibility. Here Viper's losing these villagers. Liereyy has a camel archer there scouting it. He's killed the TC at least. Viper's off the gold. This is like every stage of the game where Viper has had to hold on has been a problem because he's freaking Khmer, man. And the fact that Liereyy is Berbers and making so many camel archers is really helping him. But Liereyy will only have one castle to produce camel archers from because this one will get trapped down. And Viper is desperate for gold now, I think. Really desperate for gold. He doesn't have... These golds he hasn't been able to take because of Lierey's castle, so he'll get them soon. Alright, there are the Khmer elephants. Now they have the armor. Remember, the armor's important. So he sent in 2 by 2 by 2. Had he sent in 5, I think he would have been okay. Liereyy can kind of hold on here, chat. I think it's possible that Liereyy can hold on. Now, if he expands to the other golds or gets relics or something, then maybe... Okay, that's a lot of elephants coming from Viper. And Viper's building a castle to secure this gold, because currently he's not taking any golds. I don't know if he gets his castle up, though, chat. I don't know if he gets his castle up. He's committing a lot to it. Yeah, it should... Oh, my God, it should go up. He's losing a lot, though. Yeah. Jeez. Well, what does Liereyy do now? He's just making camel archers. He's not making anything else. He has 17 of them right now. Good micro. What's his Viper do? It's almost like Viper needs time now. 100 villagers isn't going to cut it, especially with how inefficient they've been. If he gets like a 130, then he'll start floating enough resources. Lierey's getting thumb ring. Don't like how many camel archers he's lost to the castles, but he's hoping to pick off villagers. And another castle, yeah. So thumb ring will help the camel archers. Still 1 TC. Like, this whole time he's been on 1 town center. Just pretty wild. Like, the benefit of doing this, though, is that Viper's trying to boom, and Liereyy focuses mainly on his micro. Very aggressive style. And yet again, Viper's building another TC to protect his economy. He doesn't have any answer to the camel archers. Viper needs a big ball of elephants to force Liereyy to fight him. At the moment, Liereyy is hitting and running. So if Viper gets enough elephants with trebs, he can maybe push up this hill. But he doesn't have the numbers right now. He's saving for it. Elite Battle Elephant. Okay, so with Elite Battle Elephant, that's where Viper can force the fights. And Liereyy has made a treb to begin to treb down Viper's castles, but that will just invite Viper to the hill. Viper has great scouting. He sees a lot of the resources on the map. Still has a crossbow patrolling on that stone and wood line from earlier. Losing some villagers. Still has a lot more. He has 5 elephants. These things are so expensive. 5 elephants. That's it. He got Elite Battle Elephant with 5. But if he gets like 10, it's not like Liereyy has all that much in the front anyway, right? So Lierey's microing everywhere. This micro nerd, man. Alright, Viper spots Lierey's trap, and he's going for it. Liereyy. Lierey's too focused on all these little micro battles to realize his Treb's about to die. I don't know, guys. I don't think Liereyy has enough now. Against Elite Battle Elephant? As long as Viper sends his Trebs forward and focuses down this castle. Yeah, this should be game. At the moment, population's pretty close. It's 100 to 80. Both of them are having eco problems, but... like... it doesn't feel like Viper versus Liereyy at the moment. Everything's moving so slowly. It's a lot of small things that Lierey's doing, I guess. He's more focused on picking off the vills and microing down these elephants here. All these small engagements. Well, here it is. Viper has 2 elephants and 3 Trebs. Lierey's microing. He's repairing his castle. He's about to run out of stone, so... he really needs an answer to the trebuchets, which he doesn't have. The more elephants Viper makes, the more time he buys his own trebs. Oh, he's attacking Lierey's treb, which is a fascinating choice. What a weird game. I can tell you the games are going to get more normal and better from here. Now Lierey's repairing his trebuchet. Like, Liereyy might be able to hold on here for a moment. Okay, he's lost his treb, which is pretty bad. He'll pick off Viper's treb. What a funny game this is. Lierey's just one town center. And Viper realizes he hasn't expanded either because of all of these resources, so... like, or sorry, not resources, but the units he has, he's collecting that resource. It gives him line of sight. But Viper can't finish off Liereyy. Like, Lierey's still gonna hold on somehow. Liereyy is really making Viper work for this. Man, just imagine if Liereyy would have expanded his eco, though. So many idle vills. He has 16 idle out of 53. Viper just needs 2 more trebs. Kill this castle, no problem. Actually, I think 1 hit will do it. Oh, I love how Lierey's microing with both these armies. Viper must be so annoyed. Now, Viper does need to add scorpions. He has enough now. I think he has enough elephants to defend, and he has enough elephants to push. It just needed to get to a number that was more than 5, right? Yeah, even with 4 elephants, he should defend. Liereyy can hit and run all he wants, but what Liereyy can't do is defend on the front now. It's over. Viper's going to take game 1 win with Khmer. I have to say, it was well played from Viper, but Lierey's strategy choice was very peculiar. Very peculiar. I think what I would do here is go scouts. Too bad I don't have MBL co-casting. MBL could tell me, but I think scouts would make sense. Yeah, see, Lierey's forced to engage versus the Trebs. He does. He loses his camel archers, and then he'll lose his castle, and he calls the GG. So, 52-minute game. It felt like that one was over for a while. Liereyy went all in, 1 TC. Viper defended with scorpions. Got his eco to the point where he could make elephants. And that's all she wrote. Weird start to the series. But this is a best of 7 for $250. I think it's a $250 now or something. But anyways, I'm excited to see what the games will be like. We got Arabia out of the way. I'll bring up the achievements. And I think the next game is going to be on land